welcome back to America at its Best. My name is Rebecca Painter and I'm here live at SPN's annual meeting. I have a very special guest right now. I just grabbed him from outside of a session, Corey DeAngelis with American Federation for Children. Corey, welcome to the show. Welcome to annual meeting.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's fantastic to be here.
Oh, we're so glad to have you here. Now, you must go to a lot of these things. Why do you keep coming back to annual meeting time and time again? And you guys are one of our best sponsors.
Well, the State Policy Network is one of the meetings that I make sure to clear my calendar off each year because the networking opportunities are just so fantastic. And, you know, this is really the place where the conversations happen that spark change in policy reform for in the long run, which will lead to empowering more families to have options for their children when it comes to education and other areas of life as well. So this is where the magic happens, and this is why I look forward to it year and year, over and over each year. And I think more people should come, and I'm glad that so many people are here this year as well.
I am too. And you guys might actually recognize Corey. He's on the news often talking about school choice and education reform. This is where the magic happens, Corey, and we are at a very special time in our nation's history in terms of what is actually possible right now in education. So where do you see some of the best opportunities moving forward?
Yeah, I think if you fix the education system, you fix a lot of the other problems in society. And right now, like you said, 2021 is what we're calling the year of school choice. Or if you're really hip on the lingo, you can call 2021 the year that we fund students, not systems.
Yes.
Or the year of educational freedom. And one of the best parts of it is that a lot of it's the teachers union's own doing. They've done more in the past year to advance the concept of educational freedom than anyone could have ever imagined by showing the world their true colors and by overplaying their hand, whether it comes to curriculum battles, school reopening battles, or even battles about types of mitigation strategies that happen in the school. Everybody's starting to figure out that there isn't any good reason to fund failing institutions when you can fund students directly instead. And I think at SPN, a lot of the state level think tanks have made a lot of great headway in several states. For example, West Virginia went from 0 to 100 real quick when it came to educational freedom this past year. They didn't have any charter schools on the ground last year, no private school choice initiatives, and now they have the nation's most expansive education savings account program in the nation. So Cardinal Institute for West Virginia did a great job out there. EdChoice obviously did great work, and of course, American Federation for Children is supporting school choice essentially everywhere. And we also had huge victories in New Hampshire, the second most expansive education savings account program in the nation. Kentucky had a huge victory this past year. We're calling it, again, the year of school choice. And hopefully the teachers unions continue to step in it over and over again going forward so that we can have even more victories.
What states are you keeping an eye on for 2022?
All of the red states I've been looking at in particular because there's already been victories this year, but I think we're going to see even more victories going forward. In particular, when you see all of these conversations about the family seeing what's going on in the classroom, whether you support or don't support what's happening in the classroom, I think the basic solution, the obvious solution, is to allow everyone to take their children's education dollars to the education provider that best aligns with their values. And I see those battles brewing at the school board meetings, more so in red states than in blue states. So I see only more and more victories going forward in those locations. So I see like places like New Hampshire, for example. I think they're going to continue expanding their education savings account program, for example. They're actually calling it education freedom accounts, which is very interesting. And I think we're going to see more states continue to allow more families to customize their children's educations.
Well, you know, at SPN, we always say state solutions have national impact. What does that mean to you right now in terms of education and making sure these good reforms spread?
Yeah, what's interesting is a lot of people will point out how at the federal level, we don't have an administration that's particularly in favor of expanding educational freedom. But despite that, we're still gaining momentum in the places where it matters the most, at the levels where it matters the most, which is the state and local level. If you look at K-12 education funding, for example, 92% on average of that funding comes from state and local sources. A very small amount of the funding comes from the federal government. So we're having victories in the places where it matters the most, at the state level. So this is also why State Policy Network and having these conversations at meetings like this is so important, so that you can lay the groundwork to get the real job done at the state level.
Couldn't agree more. Well, thank you for stopping by. Enjoy your time at annual meeting, and we'll see you again real soon.
Yeah, totally. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Corey.